Alrighty, we're live. We're ready to build a PC. You can't see my face, but I'm here. Kind of tempted to wear one of the like nice gloves on my dominant hand and one of the like loose gloves on my second hand. And then I'll still be getting rid of the crappy gloves one at a time, but I won't have to deal with them so much. This seems like a great idea, y'all. This is a great solution. Look at me go. Look at me go. All right. Difference is so not like it's crazy. Like this one, like it feels tight and good to go, and then this one's all loosey goosey. Jatana, what's up? Welcome in. What up, Trevor? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Trevor, we'll get your PC out of here in the next like 36 hours. It'll be all ready to go and shipped on out to you. Hope you're excited. Hope you're excited, my man. All right, let's talk about today's build. So for today, if you saw the thumbnail, we built, within the last couple weeks, we built a 4090 PC with a 14900K for, we just labeled her as grandma, but it's for a sweet lady. And then she loved it so much that she wanted to get one for her partner. So we're ordering another one, or she ordered another one, and we've got it today. So another 14900K, another 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM, more Lee & Lee fans, MSI Z790 carbon Wi-Fi motherboard, 1200 watt power supply, RTX 4090 from MSI, Lee & Lee CPU cooler, terabyte of storage, little contact frame for you, bud, and a Lee & Lee 011 dynamic RGB case. Pretty cool. What up, Richard? What are we doing? How are we doing? Not what are we doing, how are we doing? So you're saying your right hand is stronger than my left? I'm saying my right hand is used a lot more than my left, especially when it comes to PC building stuff. And I would much rather have, you know, the extra dexterity in my right hand. Muma, what's up? Welcome in. Yeah, this is a beast of a machine. A beast of a machine. This is 14th gen Intel. So I'll definitely have to let the customer know that as soon as the new BIOS comes out and the new microcode comes out for Intel motherboards, to have them update it like right away, and that'll help avoid the patch. Yeah, that'll help avoid the issues. So I don't think that's out yet. I need to double check. I haven't been looking at like the news or BIOS releases, but I mean I update the BIOS when I build the computer anyways, so we'll know if it's out by the time I'm putting this beast away and ready to ship. All right, should we get started with the build? Should we get started? There's a lot of stuff up here on my desk. Also, Mrs. Red is out of town again. I know, it's like she doesn't even want to see me. So we've got the puppers hanging out. He's in the back room right now, just chilling. We took him out to go to the bathroom. And he's like, it's too hot out here. I'm just gonna lay down for the rest of my life because it's like 100 degrees outside. I think it's hotter than that. I think it's more like 105. So he's just trying to cool down. He's chilling. He might make an appearance occasionally, but there's only so much I can do about that. He's lazy, okay? Beamer, what is up? How we doing? Yes, please what? Yes, please what? What is it? What, get started? Is that what the yes please is for? Good, just grabbing some food. I figure I'd come drive you nuts. Love it. What are you having for dinner? Where's the RGB lights? No build is complete without that. Oh, there's RGB lights on everything. The RAM RGB lights. There's some RGB built into the motherboard. There's 7 RGB fans. There's some RGB built into the CPU cooler. And then the case itself has some RGB, and the GPU also has some built-in RGB. So we're gonna be good on RGB. You doing good, Beamer? All right, cool. Oh, this is for you. Oh, what's up? Beamer is in the chat, and this is her PC. I love the character limit here. Ugh. Is the specs too long for the character limit? Is it too long? Okay, you figured it out. I might have to, like, if this keeps going this way, I think we might have to start. Oh, I'm just worried that it's gonna cause issues with the vertical stream if I set up the vertical stream first. I have friends who have tried dual streaming on YouTube, and they all start their vertical stream first, and like they've said that like as soon as they start their horizontal stream, that like their vertical stream just dies. I do it the other way around. I start the horizontal stream first and then start the vertical stream, which means Botrix attaches to the horizontal stream, not the vertical stream. But it seems to be working well for me, so I'm afraid to change it, you know? I'm afraid to change it. But, you know, maybe we'll just make sure Richard's always here. Sorry. That's crazy. It won't even fit just all of the specs without even the, like, text before it. That's crazy. All right, it's time. It's time to peel some plastic. Lots of plastic on this, lots of peels. Even the ingestion hazard warning. Gotta get rid of that. Don't eat it. Don't eat it, okay? All right, we'll start where we always start. SSD, we got the Team Group T-Force Z440 Lite. I want to do another build, but wifey won't let you. Boo! Chicken and biscuits with garlic mashed potatoes. Oh, sounds so good. Making me hungry. I went home and had a snack before the stream started, and I made a tuna salad sandwich, because I didn't have time to really make anything else. Okay. Didn't have time to make anything. I wanted to hurry up and get it done and eat and let the dog out before the stream started, okay? It's not my fault. Had a rough couple of days. I wanted some serious comfy food. I'm sorry to hear you've had some rough days, but comfort food sounds like a great option. That's a great option, you know? That is a great option. Yes. Boo. What up, Mage? How we doing? Did you stream earlier today? I feel like I saw something about you streaming today. Here we go. T-Force Cardera Graphene. Okay, SSD installed. We'll get our CPU going. We don't usually install the SSD first, do we? Now that I think about it, I feel like we normally install our CPU first and then move on to the SSD. You're tired? Oh yeah, you're starting it off later, that's right. Got the itis from dinner. The sleepy itis. Yeah, I always do the CPU first. Yeah, the RAM, I've kind of started moving back and forth on when I do the RAM. It really depends on what CPU cooler I'm using. But yeah, I usually do the CPU first. All right, i9 14900K. Let's install it, and we won't drop it. Boom. Professional. Okay, now we got to get that contact frame in there. Because everybody knows 13th and 14th gen, pretty much worth, well, I guess it's all LGA. LGA, kind of rough without the contact frame, 1700 at least. Okay, which means we need the iFixit driver. And probably this one? Yeah, I think that one. What up, Foxy? Yep, Deb ordered another one for her partner. So Deb and her partner are both gonna have identical PCs. Pretty cool. My cousin and mayor of Kingstown is calling my name in some House of Dragons. I feel like that's a reference to needing to poop, but I don't recognize it. Unless it's like sitting on the throne, mayor of Kingstown, I don't know. It's a little over my head. What up, Hatfield? How we doing? Yeah, so they'll have identical builds. I mean, identical in every single way. Like, this is the exact same build list. I literally just copied and pasted it from one to the other. So, at least I know how to build it, right? I mean, not that I would know how to build it if we changed something up, but like, makes it a lot easier, you know? Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I mean, it's great for me. Like, two super nice, nice builds. You know, it's good for business, that's for sure. All right, there we go. Done. Put this away, at least for now. Got that. We can get a RAM going here. It's a TV show. Oh, the TV show is called Mayor of Kingston. Okay. Ah, I see. So you need to finish that, and then you're gonna watch House of Dragons. Got it. It's on Paramount Plus. I don't have any of that stuff. I literally just have like vanilla Amazon Prime, and I have Peacock, and that's it. That's all. That's all she wrote, folks. Okay, 32 gigs of RAM. CL16 third. No, I'm so dumb, you guys. Those DDR4. CL32 6400. DDR5. Oh, you guys. It's Monday. That's what it is. It's Monday. So officially canceling tonight's stream. You heard it here, folks. You heard it here first. Mage will not be streaming today. Breaking news. Which series is awesome, Richard? You know Paramount Plus is shareable. Is it really? I don't know that. I need to spend less time watching TV and more time reading. One, because I have a 1,200 page book that I have been working on for months. And by working on, I mean like I started it a couple months ago and then stopped. But I also just bought a Kindle, and I kind of need to like not let my wife think that I bought it for no reason. I mean, I mostly bought it for traveling. So I would have to carry a 1,200 page, like several pound book through the airport, but it also will be nice to have, you know? Anyways, I don't know where I was going with all of this. Oh yeah, I don't need to borrow your Paramount Plus. That's where I was going with it. I just need to read more and watch less TV. That's where I was going with that. Anyway, we'll get there eventually, that's what she said. Okay. There we go. If you turn on closed captioning, it counts as reading. Kind of right. You're kind of right. All right, I think that's TDR4. I think that's AM5 stuff. Get that out of there. Yeah, I shouldn't need that. Okay. Should be good there. This guy. We'll need to put these on. It was definitely a Monday sending non-concurrent stuff up to my HQ and filling out all of the retirement paperwork, submitting my terminal leave and all the fun stuff. Hey, I mean, that's kind of at least exciting, right? Like, you're, you know, like the end is near, right? Like, when you're doing all that paperwork, it sucks at the time, but like you get, you know, there's an end in sight. Like there's a final goal that comes with it, right? Want to watch a pretty good show on Prime? Oh, I love Clarkson's Farm. I've already watched season 3. But yes, Clarkson's Farm, seasons 1 through 3, incredible. Love it. Yeah, Muma Mage, or World's Okayest Call of Duty player. He is finishing up, how many years of service, Mage? but he's finishing up his time in the service. I can't remember which branch because I'm an idiot. I think Army. I think Navy's in the Navy. I think Mage is in the Army, but I could be wrong. 23 years. Crazy. Oh, you're in the Navy too? Okay. He's a sailor, folks. Sailing the wide seas. Okay. So normally right now I would be getting ready to put the motherboard in. But before we do that, what we learned with the last build for Debbie is if you mount the motherboard in the standard spot here instead of the upshift spot, it makes it pretty much impossible to put a support under the GPU. So we got to pull out all of these standoffs and move it up. I actually did that on the other one. I did it off stream. Like I was like, oh, I'm not gonna do that on stream because I thought I could get around it. And then off stream, I was looking, I was like, I probably can't really get around it. So just know that I do go above and beyond, just not on stream sometimes. On stream, I might seem lazy, but I would do. If we're not doing the most, then what are we doing? I have there's a content creator on TikTok that I really like watching. She makes really funny videos, and she does a lot of like furniture flipping and stuff, and like that's one of her like sayings, like if we're not doing the most, like what are we doing? Something like that. She says something like that. What are the specs? Richard put them up above, but it's a 14900K, 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM, 1 terabyte of storage, an RTX 4090, a bunch of Lian Li fans, Lian Li case, 1200 watt power supply, and that's pretty much it. Richard, you're going to bed? No. I need somebody to copy and paste the specs. That is a long time. So all day games, I heard. That's right. No, I think he's got a second career like lined up that he's gonna do. He's got expensive tastes, so you know, when he retires, he's not like gonna fully retire. You know, bummer. But it is what it is. You guys everyone over here is on the vertical stream, right? Did my horizontal stream even start, or is everyone just like going straight to the vertical stream? Is that what's happening? Whoa, 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 Navy. Whoa. I'm sorry. See, I told you I'm an idiot. I didn't really know. I was just guessing. I knew you weren't in the Marines, and I knew you were too cool and you know, maybe not smart enough to be in the Air Force. So, you know, there's really only 2 options left, and I took the 50-50 chance. What's my name? You can call me Redneck or Red. If you go to my website, you'll find out my real name probably. Okay, got that in there. We'll shift over this little cover bracket to the bottom. Okay, there we go. Now, what's a good motherboard? It really depends on what CPU you're using and your budget and what else you're putting in it. There's too many variables. There's lots of good motherboards out there. Saludos. Hello. Hola. ¿Cómo estás? Mi español no es bueno, as I'm sure you can tell, but I'm glad you're here. Yeah, it's a really neat build. It's I mean, it's a high-end build too, so you know it's gonna be pretty baller to game on for sure. Sorry. Ah! Ah! Stop dropping stuff everywhere. Okay. What's the theme for the build? Game? It's a gaming computer? Lian Li? I don't know. This one doesn't have like a special theme or anything. It's just an awesome gaming PC, you know. All right, let's get our bolts out here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. Got them all. I still think day game sounds like a solid plan. I think so too. You know, I think you should just go full content creator. It is a long time. I figured you'd pop over here. No, mage. No, I'm just kidding. You can be wherever you want. Y'all can hang out and watch wherever you want, except for apparently the horizontal video. I don't know what's going on with that stream, but can anyone confirm if my horizontal stream on YouTube is even up? It's literally just dead silent over there. What size PC case? This is, I think they would consider this a full tower. And if it's considered a mid tower, then it's about the biggest mid tower you can get. I'll be interning with First Command Financial to steal all of your money. No, I'm just kidding. Ass is broken from it, but it's worth it. Yeah. Looks like a mid. Yeah, I mean, calling it a mid seems a little ridiculous, considering it's massive. But sure, I guess you can call it a mid tower. I guess they would consider their XL a full tower. Okay, I'm kind of just guessing where that bolt is, so gonna have to shift this down a little bit so I can find it. There it is. Not quite tall enough to see it. All right, here we go. Looks like a mid. You look mid. I'm just kidding. I don't see your horizontal view. What the F? I definitely hit go live on it. One second, let me check. All right, it's definitely going there. So the encoder part's working. Oh, it like froze trying to go live. Weird. Like I clicked off of the page before it quote unquote like finished going live, and then it never actually went live. That's crazy. So weird. So apparently Botrix is working on YouTube vertical. So there you go. Well, all right. Let's get back to this. I think that one is all the way down. Okay. I know we have a huge issue finding solid financial plans to help around here. Not up, says it's scheduled. That's so, yeah, I don't know what happened. Okay, that is fully installed now. Motherboard's not coming out. The CPU in this is 14900K. Tim, try typing in ! specs for me. It might get limited by the characters, but hopefully it should work. How do you feel about an AIO rad placement? I have 3 monster 140mm Noctua Reduxes. I was thinking of putting in front and the rad on top. I would put the rad on top. That way all of the air bubbles that like are already in your AIO, as well as like that develop over time, because water will sort of seep out over time no matter what you do. So if you put the radiator on top, all of those air bubbles tend to get caught and trapped in the radiator and won't get sucked into your pump, which means better performance and your pump will last longer, because pumps do not like air. So all that to say, put it on top. Okay, let's get this out of here. Military's terrible for teaching financial planning. This is a way to stay connected and help military members. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I was taught financial planning by my parents long before I would have been able to get into the military. All right, we need Susan. Let's get lazy Susan out here. CMH. Waiting on your H7 flow to show up. Been debating on rad placement. Yeah. And your H7 flow should be able to fit it in either spot. So yeah, put it on top. Okay, so we've got a bunch of fans. Let's get those installed as soon as we install all of the stuff that comes with this case. Is the SXFX Speedster a good card for an $850 build? For an $850 build, I would say so. The other option that you might get, I would look at some YouTube videos to compare the performance. But the 6650 XT is also, I think, in a shout of being as good as that 7600. So you might check that out just to see how they compare in like whatever games you like to play. All right, so we got that. Let's get our USB 3 here. I'm gonna come up here. Do that. Okay, USB 3. USB 30.2, aka USB-C. Hey, you're welcome. Azriel, how we doing? Welcome in. Okay. All right, and let's connect in our front panel header. It's gonna go right here at the bottom right. Just like that. What do you think about the 7800X 3D with an X670 Pro X? The Pro X, is that a MSI motherboard? X670E Pro X? Is that what that is? Okay, RGB header. Going all the way over here. I would say if you're gonna get a 7800X 3D, spend a little bit more money to get at least a mid-tier motherboard, like a MSI Mag or like an Asus Tough. Why don't you want to fit? There we go. It has a tight fit on there. Loving my new build though, 7800X 3D with a 4070, runs pretty good, 6000 CL30. Perfect. Perfect, those are great specs. Trying to start my first build. Tips on keeping those big 40 series cards horizontal. Yeah, use some sort of support. They make supports that either come off of like the PCIe slots here, so it'll shoot out and hold it up. They also make ones that are just like a little cylinder. Hold on, I might have one sitting around in here. Make ones like this. I don't know if I have my cylinder one anymore. So they make ones that are basically just like a little cylinder that it extends up and it just like would sit underneath it, or you can get something that's like akin to this that you can put underneath and just hold it up. And basically just like lift it up enough that it like is horizontal and then tighten it down. It might come down just a little bit, but the tiniest bit of sag is not gonna cause an issue. It's when you start getting like large amounts of sag that you're really gonna damage your card. Have you ever seen a white VGA light and green boot light on at the same time with no display? I have seen that. I don't remember how I would fix that. Do you have everything plugged in? Like, is this like first time ever powering it on that happened? You're using the B650 Pro Wi-Fi. This is okay. I mean, there's definitely nothing wrong with using the a B650 chipset. The Pro ones are usually like, I would tend to go a little bit higher end than those with like those specs, but you're not gonna run into any issues. It just might not be as good performance-wise. Okay, so we got that there. Let's get some fans out. was around $700. There's a very small bottleneck. Make sure to use the bottleneck calculator. You can get a 1440p at Micro Center under $1,500. Wait. Can I get a PC at Micro Center for $1,400, $1,500 or less? I have no idea. I don't have a Micro Center anywhere near me, and I don't order anything from Micro Center because they're not near me. So I can't really comment on their PC prices or anything either. This case seems huge. It is. You're not wrong. All right, so this is gonna go like that, probably. I forgot to take the plastic off of this one. Okay, so intakes, it's gonna go there. Got that one there. I don't know about saying a great PC for $850, unless it's used like I guess it just depends on what you consider great. You will probably be able to get one that can play most games at 1080p for $850 if it's on sale from Micro Center, would be my guess. I would hesitate to call it a great PC, but you can probably get a PC, you know? What up, Joselito? What's up? Van the Songmaker. Your channel has been where I've learned most of my stuff. Hey, I love that. That's awesome. Okay, so we got that. We need one of these guys here. And this guy is gonna plug in right here. Like so. Okay. No, wait. Yeah, should be this way. There we go. Just like that. Is this gonna be air cooling? No. This is gonna have an AIO. Okay. And let's go like this. So not custom water cooling, but water cooling nonetheless. Type in exclamation point specs. Actually, I don't know if it's working over there. If you scroll up, you can see Richard Villanueva's comment that shows the specs. But yeah, it's got a Lee 360 millimeter AIO. Maybe get a little bit motherboard, but I definitely got a good deal on this one. Did the PBO. Oh, getting spicy over there in that BIOS. Love it. Love your stuff. I appreciate that, man. I'm just out here trying to make some decent content, make some really good PCs, and, you know, make a little money doing it, you know? Just getting all these bolts started, and then we'll tighten them all down. You can get a 7600X, 32 gigs of RAM, DDR5, 1 terabyte of storage, and a 7600X, 750 watt power supply. Not a bad little computer. And like I said, I mean, you'll be able to play games at 1080p with that. Don't know that I would classify it as a great computer, but it's a solid computer. I'd be interested to see what motherboard they use on that system. And case. What case is this? This is the Lian Li 011 Dynamic RGB. It's like the new flagship case from Lian Li. AIO worth the trouble? Absolutely. I mean, they're definitely more expensive, So you got to think about that just based on like the budget of your system, on whether it's worth spending money on an AIO. But AIOs work really well. Depending on what brand and stuff you buy, they are, they're really good at cooling your CPU. They can be a little bit quieter, and I would say in most cases they look a lot better than air cooling. This is the case you just ordered? Hey, let's go. It's an awesome case. I really like it. I even made a review video on it pretty recently, talking about it. Okay, there we go. Get that in there. 7700X. Are we talking about Joselito? What do you think about this build? ROG Strix B650A gaming motherboard, 7700X, RX 7900 GRE. And then what do you have for RAM? I mean, that's a solid build. Okay. That. Get this guy out and at least plugged into the motherboard side. Okay, I think we should get some of this stuff like nailed down in here too. Get some of this cable management work done now so that later it'll be easier. Can you show how to connect all the fans? You mean into the hub? So this system is going to be different than a lot of systems you might see or build, because it uses these Lee fans and they just connect right into this. So all the fans just connect into these, and this connects into your motherboard. Is the stock cooler fine if the build has good airflow? Not necessarily. If it's Intel, no matter what CPU you have, unless it's like a 12100F or something like that, their stock cooler is garbage. It's terrible. If you are using an AMD like 7700 and it comes with the like Wraith cooler that has heat pipes and everything, then yeah, sure. What up, James? How we doing? 32 gigs DDR5. Yeah, that's a great little build. You're late. How dare you? Can you have the PC? No, you cannot, Caesar. This PC was bought and paid for, and not by you, so you may not have it. It's so funny when people come on. I'm like, can I have free stuff? Like, what do you think this? Like, I'm not Mr. Beast. How could I give? How would I just give you something worth several $1,000s? How does that make sense? Silly people. All right, so this thing here, this is the hub that does RGB and the fan speed. So on one side is going to be, or one connector here is just connected into one of these fan hubs. So any of those 4-pin hubs, and then the other side technically needs to connect into RGB. It doesn't have to, I should say. Like, it's designed to connect into RGB, but I would suggest just using the RGB software from Lee and not bothering with the motherboard RGB for the Lee fans. But we'll plug it in anyways, and then the plan is to mount this right up here against the side. That's what we did on the other one too. So this is how these all connect. You literally just have this flat connector right into there, and then that'll plug in. Super easy. All right, let's get our exhaust fan going. John is our Mr. Beast, that's right. I need to buy a couple and get one free discount. How about you buy a couple of like $5,000 PCs and then you get like a $500 PC for free? How about that? The most powerful PC I've ever built? Maybe the last one I built for Spartacus. I mean, it's pretty, like this is about as powerful as it gets. I built one for LAN Day last year, or yeah, I guess that was last year now. It had like similar specs to this, but it was also like fully water cooled and had a little bit higher end RAM. So that was probably the highest end one I've done. It's like a 14900K, 48 gigs of RAM, 4090, couple of radiators, and all water cooled. Had some memory bleeding while playing Stray today. Used 59 gigs of RAM, that was wild. Oh, weird. That sounds not like, it's not supposed to do that, I hope. Okay, got that. Oh, I don't want that. Need one of these. It is a huge case, Crispy. I wish my name isn't Stone. Yeah. Stone doesn't even get free PCs, if that makes you feel better. He's bought a lot of PCs. Because I did his giveaway PCs a couple years ago. So we built like 4 or 5 of them at once for that giveaway that he did through Facebook. Curious to see which way you put the AIO. What do you mean, like which way? I mean, it's gonna go on the top. Oh wait, hold on. How do I keep forgetting to pull the plastic off these fans? It's 2 fans I've done this with. It's just like it blends in so well. There. Plastic gone. I meant affording a $5,000 PC. Oh, yeah, that. I mean, you don't need to spend $5,000 on a PC, that's for sure, to get a good, like a really solid PC. Okay, got that started. Solid front panel on that case. Where's the air intake? It's gonna be right here. So all of these panels come out. So we'll take those out here in a minute. And then there will be intake fans there. So we'll have intake fans, 3 along the bottom, 3 along the side, exhaust here on this side, and then exhaust on the top. Yep, don't stick to my table, you bumhole. There we go, got it. Putting it on the side is better. No, it's not. Gamers Nexus has like a 50-minute video on all the different locations for an AIO and how, like, what the results are from it, and on the top is the best, unequivocally. One, because air, and we talked about this earlier, air gets trapped in the radiator when you put it on top, and it's very there's a very small amount of air that will actually be able to make it back down the tubes into the pump. Pumps don't like air, so if you get air in your pump, it's going to 1, ruin your pump, and 2, lower the effectiveness of the like the cooling plate, and then yeah, the pump will last longer. So you want your radiator on top if at all possible. Second best is putting it on the side with the tubes down, again getting the air trapped on the top. Third best, if you can't do that, would be on the side, tubes up, and making sure that the top of the tubes is above the CPU cooler block where the pump is. And then the worst one that you never ever want to do is putting your radiator on the bottom. So AO on top. Is this case that has glass on the top? No, no, no. There's no glass up here. This will be, top looks like this on this case. So there is the O11 Vision. Sorry, there you go. Now you can see it. There is an O11 Vision case, which might be the one you're thinking about. That one has glass, glass, and glass. So on that one, you would have to put it on the side because there's not really anywhere else to put it. Okay, what were we doing here? Did I tighten this all the way down? Feels like I did. Okay, so that's good. It's already run to the back. All right, let's put our intake fans on now. So these just pop out. You can use these if you had a bunch of like hard drives or 2.5-inch SSDs. There's mounting points for those. There's also mounting points for those here and here. So you could mount a ton of drives in this system technically if you wanted. Not that anyone that's gaming is really using spinning disk drives or 2.5-inch SATA drives anymore, but it is an option. It's available. Is PCIe Gen 5 worth it? For the average person, no. You're not going to, oh, sorry. Are you talking about SSD? Talking about like a PCIe Gen 5 SSD? Or what are we talking about for Gen 5? If you're talking about an SSD, no. The only people who like would even be transferring enough data that would make it worth it is if you're doing like really high-end editing, like 4K editing or 8K editing, stuff like that. But even that, I don't think it would take enough data to require something faster than a Gen 4. And Gen 5 is still pretty expensive. Like if it ever comes down in price, then I mean, I would say, yeah, it's worth it. But like right now, you're not gonna get any benefit out of it and you're gonna pay twice as much. Wiz, what's up? Since I'm computer illiterate, what's the benefit to a cooler, liquid cooler? I'll ask him Messenger. All right, cool. How we doing, Wiz? Always confused me about the layout of an AIO. Yeah, no problem. Be honest, overclocking still worth it? You can get like a little bit out of overclocking. I would say your more benefit is to like tuning your system so that you can like have it run cooler and more stably rather than like doing like a traditional like overclock these days. Okay. Let's get these fans stuck together. We're late for our stream with Rytech already because we started so late. Do you think my PC will be really good for an overclock? I mean, you can. You definitely can overclock it, but I would say it's more beneficial to like get it optimized to like remove any bloatware and set up your BIOS in a way that like helps your system run cooler, and maybe tightening timing on like your RAM, but not doing like a ton of like, not really doing like an actual like traditional overclock. You're more of just like setting up and configuring your like PBO and other things in your BIOS with that. Show 360. What do you mean? What do you mean show 360? I'm confused. Not much. What's up, Wiz? Not much? Just hanging out? I was like, not much. What do you mean, not much? Not much, because I already asked you what's going on. That's probably what. That's probably what. Silly me. All right. Cabinet. You want to show a 360 of the case? Come on. 1 minute. Let me get these fans in here, and then I'll give you the old twirly twirl. That lazy Susan comes in, dude, it's so nice. I used to have to sit here, like, I would be tired by the end of a build before from like, for stream, like having to flip it around all the time to try and make sure that it was facing a direction that y'all could see it and that I could see it. And like my arms would be tired by the end of stream because I was sitting there constantly having to like pick it up and like flip it around versus now, if anything, I have to like try and keep Susan from letting it turn around, you know? Yeah, of course, Joselito. Also, like, if you aren't if you don't know a ton about it, don't try and overclock your computer. Every system is different, and so like even if you find someone else's settings, like on Reddit or whatever, or online somewhere, even if you have like literally identical specs, down to like the same motherboard brand and model and everything, like it's still not going to be one for one. Like there will likely be things that, you know, your PC can handle or can't handle that someone else's can. So, you know, if you're not comfortable with it, if you don't know a lot about it, don't try and overclock your system. You're more likely to cause problems and frustration than getting any benefit out of it. Okay, so 360 view. This looks like a mess right now, so we'll have to fix that. We've got our exhaust fan back here. Power supply is gonna go there. That's hard drive cage. Nothing's in there. Got all of our fans sitting in here. So intake, intake, exhaust, exhaust. Yeah. Okay. There's all that. Let's get this guy routed through here. These guys routed through here. Okay. That all routed there. All right, let's get our, let's put our CPU cooler in. What's that case's name? It's the Lee 011 RGB dynamic, Lee 011 dynamic RGB. There you go. If you type in exclamation point specs, or look at actually just go to the description. Just go to the description of the video, and there is the name of the case and a link to if you wanted to buy it. An affiliate link, by the way, in case that matters to you. Okay, let's get these guys out of here. I need to invest in a good screwdriver again. Don't ask what I used to install my network switch today. Dude, I cannot like recommend this, the Linus Tech Tip screwdriver, and the iFixit like screwdriver kit. If you don't need to do anything that's like high torque, that's a really good one too. That's what I've been using for years. Yeah, Lee 011 Dynamic Evo RGB. Thank you, Richard. Richard, I thought you left. I thought you were gone. Ran away, scared. Schwab, that hub comes with the 3-pack of fans, yes. So each of the 3-pack fan packs comes with a hub and a bunch of like cables. Technically, you can connect in, so like you could daisy chain this guy into like this one and then connect this one into the hub, or you can do it like how I did it and just do the 3 separately. Helping wife with a couple things, gotcha. If you help the wife with enough things, then she'll let you buy another computer. Just kidding, she won't do that. Okay. Yep. Let's bring this down. So basically you just need one hub for all 7 fans, yes. And one hub can handle more than 7 fans. That's also what I'm saying. That's also what I'm saying. What's your opinion on the Height Y60? It's a cool looking case. It fits most everything. I don't think it's for sale anymore. I think they swapped it out for the Height Y70 non-touchscreen. I haven't seen the Y60 for sale much, but it's not a bad little case. I don't love the mounting strategy for having a cooler on top. It was a little bit convoluted, to say the least. Like the fact that there's like one way, there's literally one way that you can mount your like 360 millimeter CPU cooler on top. It's not ideal, but besides that, it's pretty great. And it looks good. Don't forget, we want to hear the GPU click. Okay. You might have to remind me, like, when we start getting close to that, we still got a little bit of time before that happens. When we start getting close to that, you know, remind me again. Okay, let's get that on there. This is a pretty heavy cooler, if I do say so myself. I know I'm not that strong, but man, that thing is heavy. Okay. Not worried about the Raptor Lake issue with the power limit. The power limit isn't the issue, it's the microcode. But that's also, they're sending out a patch like within the next week or two. So I'm not worried about this one getting damaged in that time. Otherwise, if they didn't have like an update and it was like happening to the majority of i9s, I would have been like, hey, let's get something else. But I'm not too worried about it as is. You just dropped your 13900K for AMD. What did you end up getting for AMD? Did you get like a 7800X 3D or something? You missed a label.
They're still selling the Y60.
What do you mean I missed a label? They're still selling the Y60? Are they? I feel like I never see it. Okay. Did I miss a label on one of the fans you're saying? Using the King 95 Pro case with a liquid cooler. I have not heard of that before. Is King the brand for it? Would have been nice if PCIe 5 would have been able to handle more weight. I mean, there's only so much you can do with physics. Like if you're only holding it from there and here, like there's only so much you can do. Like you need to design in features for holding it out here where you have more leverage. Okay, so we got that. Let's get it plugged in. Did I tighten these all the way? I think I did. Yeah, I did. Is that really the regular height? It feels so tall after it being that low. Okay, so we're just gonna plug in our CPU cooler fans here. So that goes right there. It'll be labeled CPU fan. Plug that in, and then this guy will get plugged into our pump fan there. Okay. All right, let's get our thermal paste. What time is it here? It is 5:25 p.m. Let's talk about the sticker on the glass front. Oh, I haven't taken any of those stickers off. It's big and red. Oh yeah, I'm not taking that off right now. Those get taken off separately. Okay, gotta get that piece of plastic out of there. Got it. Okay. Put this on there. Right, and nicely centered. Cool, just like that. Get our thermal paste out here and just go to town. Good? I'm sure y'all love those sounds. Let me get a paper towel over here. I don't think my dog has moved since we got back from letting him out to go to the bathroom. It's so hot outside, and he's a mini Aussie. He's got like a dual coat. So he's been just like, I'm not moving now. It's like, I can't believe you subjected me to that heat. I know I needed to go to the bathroom, but it's not fair. Damn, that's real thick. Real thick. It's 5 a.m. over there in Pakistan. Did I remember that right? "7:26 p.m. says Joselito. Joselito is in Eastern Standard Time. India. Dang it. We had a bunch of people. We had several people in chat last time from Pakistan. Why? This thermal paste sucks. It's literally just like all wiping off and not doing what I want it to. Do better. It's a little drier than I would like, I think, is the problem. You always want it lubed. Am I right? Am I right, gentlemen? There we go. That's better. Puerto Rico. Nice. I don't know why I said it that way. Don't judge me. Okay, that worked a lot better this time. I'm gonna just leave it at that. Actually, dude, I don't like this thermal paste they gave me. I don't like it at all. It's like there's either way too much, and then I wipe it, and then there's not enough. I'm being pretty gentle at this point. Let's see how that looks when I pull this off. That looks okay. There's definitely some like thicker spots. There's also some thin spots. I don't love it. Don't worry, we'll do thermal tests before we do thermal tests before we ship it out. So we'll know. A tiny little extra there. That should be good. I got thermal paste all over my finger. Hold on. I have the solution. Where's my alcohol? There it is. But, why would you love pizza? You're in Italy. Oh, that's why he would love pizza. I missed that. What's up? How we doing, Lorenzo? In Italy? Whereabouts in Italy? I have some friends who, they might have moved by now. They were in Torino. They're now in Switzerland, but all right, get rid of this. Staying alive over there, puppy? Yeah? All right. No, you don't need to get up. Stay there. How much mounting pressure for the CPU? Mine have done mine to too tight. I mean, most CPU cooler blocks these days are designed to like, that you can't go past the max like mounting pressure, if that makes sense. Like they put in these springs so that when you bottom out the spring, you're not so tight that you would hurt or have too much pressure on your mounting for your CPU. I don't know if that made sense, but hopefully it did. So most modern CPU coolers have that set up to where you don't really have to worry about it. Italian pizza is the best. Never been to Italy. I'd love to go to Italy one day. I would love to visit most of Europe someday. Don't know when it'll happen though. DDR5 or DDR4? In this system we have DDR5, and I would say in general I would say I prefer DDR5. Tis better than DDR4. Did this not get started? No, it did. Okay, we're good. Just so much freaking threads. This is the one I'm definitely not sure it got started. Oh, I did. My dog doesn't care what the temperature is for the most part. Really? I have a mini Australian Shepherd, and he's like, his coat is just so thick. They have a dual coat, so like when it starts getting warm out, he still enjoys being outside sometimes. Like he'll sunbathe in like the 90-degree weather from time to time, but also in like 70 degrees in the house, he's like, it's hot. What are you doing to me? So you never know. He's just a weirdo. All right, so this needs to connect to USB, internal USB that is. So we're gonna run it all the way down to the bottom. Okay, it's gonna come out right there. Plug it in. Okay. USB. This is going to connect to our pump fan right there. I'm actually going to run this out to the back and then in from the side here to the pump fan header, or AIO fan header, whatever it's called. No, it's called pump fan. Pump fan header there, and then this is power for all of it. So we'll run that to the back. So at this point we have one SATA power cable for the case, 2 for this controller for our fans, and 1 for our CPU cooler. All right, so let's run this guy through at least this first one. Probably run the second one through. Okay. On high. Okay, I'll zip tie there. All right, we can get our power supply out, run some of our power supply cables, and then we'll basically put our GPU in and we'll be done. Are you gonna ship that PC? Of course. This one's going just down to California though, so not super far. Oh, sorry, I didn't say Van's comment. Is Patriot Viper Steel DDR4 for an 850? Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good stuff. I would get CL16 3600 or CL14 3600 from Patriot, just because some of the, if you're going AM4 with that system, I can't remember what you said you were doing CPU-wise, but if you're going AM4 for that system, then it can struggle at the higher memory speeds. If you're going AM5, then you have to go DDR5. That's not an option. Use GPU mount. I am not going to use the GPU mount here because the the expandable foam that I use inside of the case when I ship it will pull the GPU mount out when you try and remove it. So the GPU mount that this comes with is like one that mounts here underneath the GPU and reaches out, and it basically has like a blade of metal that's here. So that expandable foam will go underneath the GPU and over the top of the GPU to hold the GPU really solid. But when you try and pull that out, it'll pull the GPU support right out. It'll bend it real bad. So I don't install those, at least that style, in the case before shipping, but I do include it so the customer can install it when they get it. He ships all the PCZ builds. Yeah, there's like a couple of PCs that I've built for like people who are local here, like in Idaho. But those are pretty few and far between. Come on. Where's my little one? The one that only has a couple. Not that. Not that. Okay, got that one. And then we'll grab one more. Don't need these. Yeah, pretty much all of them are shipped to people and usually within the US. Yeah, no problem, Ben. Okay, CPU power there, GPU power there, another CPU power there, and I don't need the rest of these. Put that in the bag, put it down there. Okay, I wanted to get CPU power in real quick. Yeah, it never hurts to have more than one opinion. I'm just one man. I don't know it all. I don't know everything. Even if I don't get GPU sag, should I put the little stick under it? Yes. I mean, unless you have like a 4060 or 4060 Ti, I would say basically every other GPU, if you have support for it, you should use it. If you have something bigger than like a 4070 Ti and you don't have a support, you should buy one and put it in there. Because otherwise it will sag over time. Those effing GPU power cables. I know, right? I don't like them either. But you can't get away from them. Especially not with Nvidia. And I just saw AMD, some of the AMD aftermarket companies are starting to use it too, which is ridiculous. Like, you guys, you don't have to do this. You don't need to. We're still gonna support 8-pin. Please, don't do it to us. I think it was like ASRock or Sapphire or somebody for one of their new models was gonna include the Nvidia 12 HP power cable connector, and I was like, this is so dumb. It's so dumb. I was like, this is literally the worst connector. It's terrible. It's just like, it's known for breaking and catching on fire. Like, why would you do that to your customers? Like, of all the things to try and like model and like use from Nvidia, that's literally the last thing I would choose. You know? The last thing I would choose. Okay. CV power cables. Goes through there. Get up through here. Okay, so that's kind of roughly where we want that to end. Now, get our plastic stuff off of here. Chat's not family friendly at all. What? What do you mean chat's not family friendly at all? Oh, I mean, he did censor himself. Right. Missing John. John, where are you? We need John back. Come on. Can I get the sticker off, please? Don't come off in 5 seconds. I'm not taking you off. There we go. Got it. Nailed it. Would a PC like that allow you to play in 8K? Probably. I mean, I don't know any games that support 8K. I mean, you could definitely play in 4K. I don't know why anyone would try and play above 4K. Like at that rate, like you're probably not going to even notice the difference, and your frame rate is going to be trash. Are all those fans 120 millimeters? Yes, they are. He had around 560K viewers earlier. Oh, I heard about it. I didn't see it, but I did hear about it. Aiden streaming with Trump. It's crazy. It's a lot of friggin' people, man. Okay. GPU power cable, done. Not many gaming monitors are 8K and the FPS will be trash. Yeah, I don't know why anyone would spend the money to try and game at 8K, but like, you probably could. You have a 5500, okay, yeah, so, yep, DDR4. I would go CL16 3600 or CL14 3600 for that system. Yeah, just for the memory controller and stuff. I don't know if it can handle, it might not be very stable at 37 something. Lorenzo says, oh yeah, just for curiosity. That's fair. Yeah, 4K is kind of like the extent of gaming support at this point, I think. Ugh. I don't know anyone that really games much at 4K either. Like if you do anything competitive, you're definitely not gaming in 4K, but I don't know that. I don't know anyone personally who games in 4K. Okay, let's get our CPU things here. PC is going to be like, please put me in 4K. I know, right? Okay. Like, I don't need to do this, please. All right, let's get our motherboard power cable going here. That's gonna go right up here. All right. Sorry, I'm definitely blocking the way here to see. Oh, come on. Hey, I think I remember you. You remember me? Remember me? No. Where do you remember me from? From a previous stream that I did? Okay. 1080p, great. 1440p, amazing. Yeah, 1440p I think is like the perfect sweet spot. Like the quality looks really good. Like it makes games look really nice. You get a lot better resolution. Like visibly very noticeable difference in terms of resolution and quality. And you don't take a huge, like that huge of a hit in terms of performance. DDR6, is that a thing? GDDR6 is a thing. So like DDR6 onboard RAM, like for GPUs. So GDDR6 is a thing, yeah. Trying to make another meme. What are you trying to make another meme about? 720p, 60 hertz interlaced is all I need. how the Wii did it. Is that really what it was on? That's crazy. I mean, the Wii, I guess the Wii was a long time ago now. It doesn't feel like the Wii was out that long ago, but I suppose it was. I suppose it was. All right, get our GPU cable out here. Wow, that's crazy, I got stuck there. Okay, your GPU cable out there. It's gonna be something like that long. Okay. How long until I decide to put this guy up here? I think I don't actually want this guy to go through there. It's a little short. Okay, get that plugged in. Let's get this guy in before we go any further so that I know where this is gonna sit. You have a 75 hertz monitor, is it okay? I mean, it's better than 60. Definitely, you can definitely have better. Personally, I would prefer like 120 or better in whatever resolution you're gaming at, but you know, 75 is definitely better than 60. So I think we're gonna have to do that. So let's do that right now. Okay. Make sure it's nice and horizontal so it looks good. Okay, got that. Now we'll plug in our power to it. Done. And done. Okay, got that. Okay, there. This guy can definitely reach the further one. GPU click. Okay. All right, so we got that. And then we want to plug this guy in. And then where's our other SATA power cable? Should have another SATA cable to plug in down here somewhere. There's one. Should be one more. I feel like it's up here somewhere. Where did it go? Where did you go? Ah, it was underneath. There we go. It's underneath. Okay, there we go. Now, scooch you back in there. Everything is fully connected back here at least, which means we can focus up a little bit more on cable management. You don't think you ever put the support in your build? You probably should, just like long-term. It's more like a long-term protection thing, you know, to put your GPU support in there to make sure your GPU doesn't start sagging a bunch over time. It's really the key to that. That there. Come on. Oh, did I get bent? Come on. There we go. Okay. It's all in there. Do you think 4 intakes and 4 exhausts, including AIO, will be good on this case that I'm working on right now? I don't know how you would do 4 and 4. Like you have 3 intakes here. Would you just put one random one at the bottom? I mean, 4 and 4 here is fine. I don't know how you would do 4 and 4. What up, Fadeaway? How we doing? Can you have this PC? No, you cannot, J-Rock. This PC is bought and paid for by a customer, so no, you cannot. You can buy your own PC if you want to do that. Okay, all that stuff's looking pretty good. Got our GPU cable here. 3 in the front. 1 in the bottom for intakes, 1 in the rear, and AIO on top. That would be kind of weird. Are you talking about this case, or what case are you talking about, though? You can't put anything in the front. You have 3 on the side. You can fit up to 3 on the bottom. I would probably do at least 2 on the bottom if you're gonna do like on the bottom, and then it'll be like more direct air directly into the GPU. But you might as well just do 3. I mean, so a couple of fans aren't that expensive. What up, Fadeaway? You love your redneck PC? I love it. I love to hear that. Okay, that's looking pretty good. This guy is looking not bad. A lot of cables back here and a somewhat tight space, I would say. Yeah, I would say, I mean, like, spring for the extra 2 fans and get all 3 fans on the bottom. Like, it'll look better, and I mean, it'll just be better in terms of cooling performance. All right, so we got all that. Our power supply is not bolted in yet, so we should probably do that before we forget. Do you think the MSI B550 Gaming Gen 3? Yeah, that sounds fine. Especially for the CPU you're going with. How we doing, Grims? What kind of power supply? This is a Seasonic Focus Vertex, or no, sorry, Seasonic Vertex 1200 watt. Okay, got that in there. Good to go. All right, let me mute the music real quick so we can get that nice GPU click, okay? All right, music's muted. Get you that nice GPU click, all right? Yeah, 1200 watt. It's definitely a little bit overkill, but it's always nice to have a power supply that one, you know, is going to last, and to, like, even if, you know, they decide to upgrade something in the future, like having a oversized power supply makes it a lot easier to upgrade in the future, because stuff seems to just get more and more power hungry, right? Is a 3070 and a 5600X a good combo? Yeah, those are a good combo to work together. Anytime, Van, anytime. The Wii! It came out in 2006? That's wild. Wild. I mean, 1080p was like definitely a thing in 2006, right? Like, I feel like with the Wii graphics were kind of behind the times. It was more just like the focus on the other technology that they brought to the table. Okay. All right, 4090. Ooh, it's heavy. It's a sturdy gal. How long are you gonna be streaming? We'll be done with this build probably in the next 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna switch to playing some games. We'll do that on I've got a second YouTube channel, and we'll be on Kick for that to play some Warzone. But this stream is pretty close to being done at this point. Cool. Alrighty. Looks pretty good. Take these off. Ooh. Try not to throw anything else on the ground. Get rid of this. It's so freaking chunky. That's a beefy GPU, man. The only ones that are bigger than this is like the Gigabyte Aero is real chunky, and so is the Strix. Okay, so we need 3 of these off. Looks like it starts on the second one since we moved the motherboard up. Oh, come on. Those out of there. Number 3 out of here. When will my next stream be? Wednesday. Wednesday will be the next build stream. Tuesday we'll be working on getting Windows and everything installed on this. Our other computer that we have built, we'll get Windows installed and everything on that, get it all updated, tested, all that good stuff, and ready to ship out. Hopefully film some like offline content on Tuesday, and then Wednesday we'll stream again. Okay, so MSI RTX 4090 with the click. Gotta be real quiet for this one, okay? Ready? Are we ready? That was it. There was a little metal noise that might have covered it a little bit, but that was it. Sploosh, says Ghost. 4090 is not electricity bill friendly. You're not wrong. I mean, it's not obscene if you're not gaming constantly, but if you're gaming a lot, then yeah, it's gonna be a lot. It sure does eliminate the need for a heater in your room, if that's a concern. Okay. GPU power cable, let's plug that in. Okay, we're gonna temporarily install this support I have for now, just until the customer can install their own. Down the road. Hold on, let's, is there a good place to do this? Other than right there on the fan? Okay, that's good. All right, so that looks pretty flat. You see how much that sagged down? All right, there we go. So that's pretty much, that looks pretty horizontal to me now. Specs. GG's to grandma, I know, right? She's getting a sick freaking build. All right, that's it. This, can put the top and the back on. Just like that. Top back on, the back on. Okay, there it is. There it is, folks. All right, if you've been here before, you know what time it is. It's time to put in your favorite emoji, preferably a fire emoji if you want, but just put in your favorite emoji in the chat, spam the crap out of that chat. I wanna see just tons and tons of emojis filling up the chat so that we can turn this baby on. Talking about 40C. Oh, it's hot where you live? It's warmer than 40C here, I think, right now. It's 104, it was 104 or 105 today. It might have even got warmer than that. But yeah, it got pretty toasty. I can't remember exactly what 40C is in Fahrenheit. I know a bunch of we do everything in terms of C at work. So I know everything in terms of C. I don't know it all in terms of how C relates to F, you know? Baba, Sigma, where? What? Nikolaj, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Moment of truth. Let's get that up there. We'll turn down some lights. Get the mood lighting going a little bit. All right, so i9, 14900K, 32 gigs of CL32, 6400 RAM, a 1 terabyte Team Group SSD, the MSI Carbon Wi-Fi 2 Z790 motherboard, 1200 watts of power, an RTX 4090 from MSI, 7 Lian Li AL120 fans, the Lian Li Trinity 2 Performance CPU cooler, and a beautiful Lian Li 11 dynamic RGB case. First ever, power on, let's see it. There it is. The beauty, the majesty that is a redneck PC. It's here, ladies and gentlemen. A little water. I've been talking too much. What do we think of that? What do we think of that? Don't worry, that happens all the time with DDR5. That's just RAM training. Lisa, thank you for the sub, appreciate it. I didn't mess it up. 1 terabyte storage. So normally in a build, like especially one of this caliber, I would put in like 3 terabytes of storage. 1 terabyte, it is and isn't enough depending on how you use it. But talking to the customer, they pretty much all they do on this is like play one game. They play Call of Duty. They don't really do anything else on it. They don't play a bunch of other games. So in order to kind of, not just overcharge them on things that they didn't need, we kept it to 1 terabyte. Looks good, can't wait to get it. Hey, Debbie, you're here. Hey, you're welcome, Penny. I'm glad you were able to come in and watch it. That's 104. So yeah, it was basically like 105 today. It was basically 40-ish, 41. 1 terabyte is enough if you only play COD and a few others, but storage can always be added. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, literally all they would have to do is pull out this little thing here, and there's room for another SSD. Like, they wouldn't have to touch anything other than pull off the side panel, make sure it's flipped off, pull those two screws out, put their new SSD in, put that back on if they want, and they're done. Like, it's super easy. If they ever want to add more, if they find that they're running out of storage space, they can do that. Otherwise, for what they're planning on doing, it should be fine as is. Longer head. Ha! That's what she said. It's great. iFixit Precision Screwdriver is the best one on the market with the longer head. Ooh, got him. I prefer the Linus Tech Tips one for most things, just because having the like tri-lobe design and everything, and it's super comfortable. The ratcheting system is really nice. I pretty much only use my iFixit if there's like a bit that's funky or specialty that my LTT screwdriver doesn't have. But for life-saving recordings, they're not a streamer, just gaming, as far as I know. I should have had you do 2 terabytes of storage. Oh, okay. Have either you or Debbie email me, and we can make that happen before I ship it out. So that's easy. That's easy. We can do that. I've got another 1 terabyte sitting here on my shelf. I can order another one and get it here in like a day or two, though. So yeah, if you want more storage, we can make that happen easy. Want to hear that boo from last time? Nice. Downloading a lot of games from for your siblings. Nice. Okay. Well, that is all for today's stream. We're gonna shut her down and go switch to playing some video games. So if you're following on Kick or on my second YouTube channel, Redneck Engineer Plays, well, that's where we'll be for the rest of the night. All right. All right. She'll contact me. Sounds good. All right, everybody. Have a great night. Thank you so much for hanging out. Peace.